everyone, welcome to Bad Science Sunday, where we take a comedic approach to science misinformation on the internet. And today we have with us the progressive liberal.
Hi.
And you're still going by progressive or Progli,
Yeah, sure.
as we
If
used to call you back in the day.
If you look for @progressive-liberal on YouTube, you'll find me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to update all that shit. We were having technical difficulties up in here, as one does.
Up in here, up in here.
Up in here. That's what I'm saying, though. Then my intro, I don't know. I guess Al's gonna give me a thingy for weird intro too, because I don't know. It's technical difficulties. Not quite. Hopefully, not as bad as Ember's, who just raided us. So Ember, everybody, hi! Thanks for the raid. So Ethan, you want to give? Oh wait, did we do the crowd applause? Can you give everybody the elevator pitch? Who are you, and why haven't we seen you in like fucking forever?
Okay, first of all, that's a good question that deserves a fair answer. All right, I'm done. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was a senator giving a press conference.
No. You're not one of your own senators. Stop it.
I got a new job.
Yay.
Helping law firms find attorneys and attorneys finding law firms is not important. Don't worry about it. I'm never going to talk about it on the channel outside of that. So don't worry about it.
Well, nobody cares about that. They want to know what you do on your channel. This isn't a hard question.
Exactly. But yeah, the last month I've been in meetings during the times when we usually would have our podcast training meetings and stuff. When your boss says, "Hey, let's go over your day. We're gonna do a Teams call at 7:30 p.m." And you're like, "Okay," because I live in the Eastern time zone, but the company I work for is in the Central time zone for all their time. So meeting at 6:30 is not that big of a deal because the day has ended. You eat dinner and then you come back for a quick training meeting. But that's our podcast time, and so yeah. But we're back this week, Thursday night, 7:30. And
what do you do?
What do we talk about, like on the podcast?
Yes. Elevator pitch for the podcast.
I'm gonna let you talk to him because he doesn't understand English when it's coming out of my mouth.
For the past 5.5 years, we have drugged the powerful. We have challenged the Nazis. We have stood up for human rights, protect the dolls. We have stood aside the marginalized and pointed out when they need our voices to lift them up, and we will continue to do all of those things for the foreseeable future.
Awesome. I don't know. I like to stand up for marginalized groups, including my own. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I'm Black and a woman.
What?
Times be rough.
I'm done. Nope.
Yeah.
Ethan's in a red state, everybody. This is normal behavior.
North Carolina is a purple state. We are not a red state. I will tell you, the GOP does not even bother showing up to the polling places in Asheville because they don't even show up outside. I
was looking at the stats in Texas, which apparently is a purple state too. But thanks to Greg Abbott. And we can't really fault the Democrat. I mean, we can't not fault the Democrats for what's going on in Texas, and certainly not the Texas Dems. The state Dems in Texas, 2 thumbs up on all your efforts, despite what the feds are trying to do. Not the feds, the Republicans are trying to do. Feds too, but. I'm pretty sure there'd be less of them if the federal Dems had their way. It's just disgusting.
Yeah, and Abbott and Paxton are modern day Texas foils, but I mean this has been going on in Texas for 2.5 decades. I mean, Texas has always had this problem, but for the last 2.5 decades, really since what was her name? woman governor of Texas. What was her name? Oh my God.
Oh hell.
Oh
I
my
see your
God.
face.
I can. Ann Richards.
Okay,
Um,
that one. You know,
uh,
I was about to call her and now I can't remember her name. There was a female governor of Alabama, and
oh
I think
yeah.
I was thinking about her.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're all evil, yeah.
Yeah, but really, I mean, Richards. Well, hey, it's great that there was a woman elected governor in Texas. Don't want to take that away from women, of course.
Those were different times.
It was really gerrymandering. The Texas that we got today really started under her administration,
Hmm.
and the state Congress that was active under Ann Richards, and this is what you got now. So Soviet Russia, basically. Oh, it's coming.
Oh yeah, yeah.
One of my favorite
We
little
do
turkeys.
we do promise Matt Walsh, and it's just going to be some
That's not.
nonsense.
We need to revisit this phrase. I did promise Matt Walsh is not usually something that is said to a crowd of enthusiastic people. It's usually said to a crowd of angry people.
Oh yeah, yeah. That want to see carnage and don't know what to do if they're not standing against some group.
Right.
And so
Yes.
it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I kind of want to just ship them all off to Alaska or some such nonsense, and then watch them eat themselves, because
Yeah.
they have no idea what to do if they're not opposed to something. And it's interesting, being on the left and then watching the right, because the left does not like bad news. They like that feel good shit. I remember when oh, what was that one guy's name? Sean. He was the
Sean
first
Bean?
no, he was the first
Oh,
like press secretary or whatever.
Spitzer, Spitzer, something like that.
Yeah,
Sean
something
Right?
like
Spicer.
Spicer.
Yeah.
Spicer, yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, he was a devout Catholic, and the first time Trump went to see the Pope, he wouldn't let Sean go, and
Yes.
everybody on the left was so upset. Just like, how could you not let him go? Because we're all bleeding heart progressive liberals or some such nonsense.
Mm.
And then he stepped down, and I can't remember how he finally got to go, but he did, and everybody on the left was applauding it, and the right were just like, screw that guy, he's a traitor, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, you would think it should be the other way around, but the left, they love a feel good story, and the right, they're just like,
There's
whatever they do.
an old adage in politics
Hmm.
that Democrats fall in love and Republicans fall in line. And that has never been more evident than over the last 10 years.
100%.
There's a lot of Republicans that don't like Trump. They'll say, "Oh, I don't want to. I don't like him. I don't agree with him. I think he's morally reprehensible,
Hmm. Hmm.
but I'm still going to vote for him." And it's like,
Right.
what do you do?
There,
Like, how
there
do
was a
you
lot
combat
of
that?
that. There was a
Right.
lot of that. I remember watching. My favorite one was this old grandmother who was just like, I'm voting for the Republican candidate, and if this jackass is the one that's on the ballot, then he's the one I'm voting for.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I guess she'll
Like,
be dead soon. I don't know what
I
else to say
guess.
to that.
But there's a whole. I mean, there's plenty of people our age and younger that feel the same way.
Yeah.
They have decided long ago that democracy itself is evil. I mean, Curtis Yarvin.
Mhm.
If you don't know who Curtis Yarvin is, I'm not going too much
Oh
into it,
yeah,
but
yeah, it's a whole thing.
it's the
But
whole
he's
thing.
like he's the guy that Elon jacks off to at night.
Yes, and Peter Thiel, and
Sure, sure.
his philosophy is behind a lot of what's going on right now.
Right.
I did a show about him. I don't know, a couple months ago. Kitty and I
Yeah,
did.
I'll
Go
have
on
to
my
deep
channel and you
dive.
watch.
I mean, it actually, yeah, you really do need to know about it, and I'll
But
try to find that show and put it in the box. But God,
what
it's evil.
what he says in that blog post is the tyranny of FDR, that we've been living under the tyranny of FDR. And when you have that mindset that things like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, child labor laws, civil rights, of course, are tyranny,
Hmm.
then of course you think that everyone on the left is evil, because I have this really weird idea that is like a straight white man, that you, Maya, should have the same privileges and opportunities I have, even though we have different skin colors and like national or not national origins, but
Weird.
ethnicities, and we have different genders too. I mean, it's shocking.
Holy shit.
And but Yarvin believers and all, people throughout our current government
Well,
believe that
Yarvin
they
once.
live under tyranny because of
Yeah.
that kind of attitude.
Well, yeah, they live under tyranny because they can't get enough people to think the way they want them to,
Right.
because the way they think is just batshit crazy. Like they actually want a technocracy, right? Or am I
Yes.
pronouncing that correctly?
Yes.
So like in a technocracy, for any of you who are a little bit behind, is when like the businesses, it's going back to community company towns pretty much, but like
Basically, the Gilded Age. Yeah.
yeah. And oh god, company towns. Does anybody not know what a company town is? Do I need to go back to that? But it's pretty much when you have, like, back in the day, like you'd have like coal mines, railroads. They would have these towns, and they would pay you with company, but they would keep all the actual money, pay you with company bucks that were only valid in the company town. So you couldn't take the company bucks and go even to another company town. You couldn't trade it for actual USD. It was only good in the town. That's what you were paid in. There was a company. The whole idea of a company store was founded there, and that was your whole life. And if you were a woman and your husband died in the coal mine, well, you better make sure that you look pretty and you're nice to all the other men, because you're going to need another guy to love up under so that you can fucking live and even support the children that you have until they become of age. Because and that's what we're going to go back to.
And what Peter Thiel has talked about, his version of it, are called gray shirts. And in his idea, everyone would live in these network states, is what they call them, instead of company towns. And you would wear a literal gray T-shirt with the logo of whatever company you work for. And that's how you would be identified, as an employee of that company. And like, this all sounds nuts, but this is literally what they believe. Like, this is what they're trying to create. This is why Trump was trying to buy Greenland, because they wanted to set up a network state in Greenland. Mm-hmm. Elon's town in Texas, Starship, is that what the name of the town is? I think, is meant to be Elon's network state. That's the idea, is that it's the network state for SpaceX employees. He's having a lot of trouble getting the regulations to where he wants them. But that is the idea behind the town that he started in Texas, is that it's a network state. SpaceX employees exclusively live there and work there.
Oh, hey, we all know who this is. For $2.56, the Sinister Porpoise says Matt Walsh can't write Hello World in Python.
It's true.
I don't think he could write it with like Roman numerals either, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I could write "Hello World" with Roman numerals.
No, I'm sorry. No.
I mean, all you got to do is write "Hello World." It's Python's crazy simple. You would just write it. Starbase, yes, Titan Starbase.
Starbase. Thank you, Titan. It's just a bunch of fuckery, and oh god, it's really fun when you dig down deep into what's being allowed to happen. And the thing is, we could stop. I mean, we're beyond the point of no return on so many fronts. We could actually turn around if only the Trump supporters would just say, yeah, this is enough. And apparently,
well, and I genuinely think that they will at some point. You're seeing his numbers, of course, are in the toilet. They're getting worse. There's that stubborn 38%. But if that breaks at all, if we see it at like 35%, he's in big trouble. And I do think that we'll get there by the turn of the year, because they can't turn away from what they've started. They're incapable of it, because it's what they've set into motion, and people aren't going to like it. Now, will that actually result in like civil war or whatever? I don't know. Will they actually back off? I don't know. I don't have any answers, but I do not believe that the 38% is going to hold. I don't think it's going to go under 30, but I don't think the 38% is going to hold through.
Which is ridiculous. But we can talk about that at another time, maybe on your show.
Yeah, sure.
If you ever, I mean, I just assumed you forgot how to stream.
You want to come on this week? You want to be on? You want to be our guest Thursday night? Are you free Thursday night?
Thursday? Yeah, Thursday I can do.
What about you, Dr.
No,
Dracula?
he's not part of the proletariat.
Oh,
He's a member of the bourgeoisie, and I've already told him that I cannot guarantee his safety in the revolution.
okay.
Yeah.
That's definitely not. It's like the Chris Rock joke about the revolution, about how he said his uncle's dating a white woman, and he's like, "But when the revolution comes, I'm a killer first." Just to show them I mean business. Good old Chris
All
Rock.
right. So before we move on, I do want to thank Ember, who has been a cultist for 16 months. Ember says, protect the dolls. Sinister Porpoise has been a member for 14 months. Mark Reed has been a member for 14 months. The Apostate Sisters have been a member for 8 months. And Spooky Bed Hair, that goddamn Lowe's Chaser has been a member for 13 months. Spooky is unfucking bannable, the weasels. And we love him. Spooky Bed Hair says, show us your magnets.
I have no magnets. Don't do it.
Please enjoy your tapioca, your middies, and vaginas. And I do, okay, so, what to do? Oh, this is the wrong one. Oh, here we go.
Why does he look like that? What is?
Oh, Vandy, that's his face.
Oh, God. Sorry, I thought that was. Oh no, that's Matt Walsh. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
sorry. I saw bearded glasses.
That one. Okay.
I got confused. Yeah.
I don't know what happened to you. Where are you? I know it's you. It's always your fault.
There we go.
All right, Vandy, what are we doing tonight?
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. So today we're covering the Matt Walsh Show, episode 74, which is not ideal. Jesus is not a socialist is the title of the episode. From our subject here, Matt Walsh, who has 3.25 million subscribers.
It burns the eyes like an onion.
I have a question before we begin.
Sure.
Why did I agree to do this? What?
Oh, okay. So if you'll remember, I said, hey, Ethan, I really hate your shitty, what do you call it? Ageist. It's a Biden take. Dementia. Yeah. Nobody seems to know what the fuck dementia is. And it pissed me off. And I says, hey, why don't you come on my show so I can punish you soundly? And I was like, do you want to pick the topic? And you were like, no, you punish me in any way you see fit. And so I chose this. I
stopped listening through that explanation.
Yeah, it's my strategy too.
Yeah.
Fuck both of you. We're going to show everybody what Matt Walsh's views real quick.
Well,
truly I say unto you, whoever welcomes one of these little ones in my name might be letting in a murderer or a drug. Let's get her to a detention center, so we can figure out what's going on. I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. And behold, now I'm all lazy and entitled. You shouldn't have done that. Do unto others as you suspect they might want to do unto you. What is a man profited if he gain the whole world but lose his soul? A lot. He has profited a lot. One soul for the whole world, that is an amazing deal. By this, they will know that you are my disciples. That you say, Merry Christmas! Christmas! That's my name in there, and I put it in there because I wanted it in there so we can all celebrate Big Boy Jesus' birthday time! Okay? Okay!
Rabbi, surely you can heal me.
My child, of course I could. But who would pay for it?
What? I don't understand. I don't have any money.
Yes, it is a sad story, but it does not make me responsible.
Followers grow hungry and we have only this fish and bread.
Oh, sweet.
So welcome to Matt Walsh's view of the world. We have GOP Jesus, which It's going to be a lot of fancy tap dancing in here.
Yeah.
Listen, I just converted to Christianity. That sounds great.
I,
Is there like a thing I sign, or how did this work?
well, if Matt Walsh is that persuasive, then it's a shame that this video doesn't have more views, because it came out 7 years ago and it only has 2,500 views for a 3.26 million sub channel. That is
Almost seems like there's some weird fuckery going on with Matt Walsh, doesn't it? No, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
Could
and
be.
but this was actually 7 years ago. I didn't have a channel, so I couldn't. Well, I jumped in on Twitter, but yeah, and Christians really don't like being trolled with Bible quotes. It's funniest thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the gymnastics. We'll let them go.
Victoria just made me laugh. All the white men with beards are now converted. That's good. I like that.
All right, shall we listen to him?
Yes, let's get this the fuck over with, please. Thank you. God
All
damn.
right. Yeah, hold on, I gotta bump it up to the normal 2.5, 1.25.
Things to do. I have
So the debate that everyone's having now, the thing everyone's discussing is it's a great debate. It's a very intellectually stimulating debate.
Oh, it's a great debate.
it's
You know
over
what?
the-
It probably is because I don't know. I
not
don't
when
wanna
Matt
really.
Walsh is arguing it, but it might be a great debate.
I'm just saying, it's just a lot of guys with shitty takes that like to do great debates. I think you know what I'm winking and nodding.
Yeah.
We're
Issue
going to be
of-
using these a lot tonight, by the way, guys. I'm sure.
Whether or not Jesus is a socialist. The person who runs the Democratic Socialists of America made this claim recently in an interview, and then former comedian Stephen Colbert said the same thing on his show a couple days ago. He said that God is a socialist, and he cited as proof the fact that Jesus didn't charge a copay before healing blind people. So that
is kind of
Well-
based,
It's pretty based.
but
I mean, I think about the time he went to the temple and like picked up a bunch of tables with people were selling shit in the temple, and he literally threw them out and was like, "Get the fuck out of my father's house, you grifting assholes." That was pretty based too. I also remember the time. It's my favorite Bible story. It's really the only one I know. So,
Which one?
there were Pharisees out in front of the temple, and one of the things they liked to do was talk about what they felt was the most important commandment. And while they did it, they would confess what they had done, and they would tear at their clothes, gnash their teeth, yada, 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 self-flagellate, whatever. And the disciples are all kind of standing there with Jesus, and they're watching, and Jesus is like, these guys are weird, right? And Peter's like, well, I mean, they make a good point, right? Like, there's got to be a commandment that's most important to God. There's got to be one. And Jesus is like, nah, not really. He wrote 10 of them because there were 10. He didn't write 15 or 20. He wrote 10. And Peter's like, well, I mean, if you had to say what the most important one is, Jesus, like, which one? And he's like, okay. There isn't one. There are two. Put God first. Love your neighbor as yourself. On these hang all the law and the prophets. And literally dropped a microphone because he was Jesus, so he just kind of manifested one
Yeah.
and sauntered away.
And everybody was like, "What the fuck is that?"
And Peter
Yeah.
was
And then
like,
they promptly forgot about it.
and Peter's like, that was good. I should write that down. I should write that down.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
honestly,
They don't go into all the detail that I did in the Bible.
No,
But-
I mean, but obviously,
Right. You have to read between the lines. You have to know Aramaic, which I don't, but I had a friend. So,
Oh man, I wish I had friends.
you don't have any friends.
well,
No.
let's do some self-examination why we don't, okay?
Yeah.
For $5.12,
Sorry.
the Sinister Porpoise said, "I tried being a straight man once. 0 out of 5 stars. Would not recommend."
Oh, purpose.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds so appealing that I haven't even tried.
Honestly, it's got some really good days.
It works out pretty well. Yeah.
There's been some really great benefits. I
Yeah.
really can't,
I mean, sure, if you're a rich one, but I mean,
Sure, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Fair.
poor white men, like it's not going really. I don't know how to break this to you, but I mean, it's not going really well for them.
yeah, but why would you be one of them?
I did. I heard that it was a bad character or moral failure or what else do they say, Ethan? If you're poor, I don't know. God doesn't love you.
Yeah, well, yeah. God is back in the day, one of the things they used to say was that if you were poor, it was because you had an ancestor who was, did something immoral or, displeased God, and that is why your family does not have success now. So.
Oh yeah. So hence the prosperity gospel. See, I like Ethan. Not Ethan. Sorry, you're not Ethan.
I know I'm not Ethan.
But Dr. Kip always talks about the prosperity gospel, but he never brings it. Not Ethan brings it.
Yeah.
But I do want to thank. I'm sorry, I know, but people are throwing money at us, so we don't play the video.
Yeah, I see people saying like, if you guys talk and then we don't have to listen to Matt Walsh talk, which fair, that's legitimate.
Normally I try to space it out, but now I'm just like, I feel like they're doing this for a reason. So let's go. Blonde Bombsheller has been a tapioca weasel for 8 months. Al Schrecker has been an anti-magnetologist for 13 months. Al says to fuck. Bingo title was Walshed in the Blood. Oh my God. And then we had Blonde Bombsheller, who is, what do you call it? I guess dropping cultists in the chat. And those went to Mapleson, Kristen Slays, Jesse, Dr. Osiris, and Jay Patrick. Welcome, new and returning cultists. Please continue to enjoy your tapioca weasels, your middies, and vaginas.
A socialist. So, all right, let's tackle this question: was Jesus a socialist? And here's my argument.
I'm sorry, I thought I could resist. Where are you parked, buddy? Like, what is happening here? What?
He's on the side of the road.
Yeah, right. Like, I've never understood this genre.
Right.
It's so pervasive, and I've never understood it.
Oh my God!
Why are people making videos in their cars?
It's huge on TikTok. I don't get it. And I was like, is this a thing? Like, do you have to? Does it prompt you? Like, we will give you more money if you do this while driving.
Right. This literally looks like the setup to one of those videos where like a woman's going to walk by and he's going to be like asking her for directions while his penis is out, like one of those. Like,
I wouldn't
it can totally turn into that, right? Like, like the camera just switches to the passenger seat and suddenly we have a very, very different kind of video going on.
Oh, I would love that if Matt Walsh would do something as stupid as like Steven Crowder did, but
I don't think he's
barefoot and pregnant wife.
I believe that's how that's pronounced. I don't. I think he's on the side of the street because I keep seeing cars go.
Yeah, I think he's parked on the side of the street. I had a thought, and this cannot wait. I must do it right now.
Are you seeing cars over here? Because all I see is like oversaturated whiteness. Sorry, not here. Here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a car pass just a few seconds before.
Okay.
So I don't think it's a parking lot. I think he's just on the side of the road somewhere.
So, Matt, Ethan, would you like to remind everybody what socialism is and why the socialists? You can do this in 2 sentences.
Socialism is the idea that the whole is more important than the one. Because by protecting the whole, we protect the one. It's the reason why you don't pay for firefighters. Because if your house catches on fire, it can burn down your neighbor's homes. So you want to get the fire put out as quickly as possible so you don't threaten the whole neighborhood by having a fire in your house. That's socialism. The whole idea behind having public education was that if all of the if there's a baseline of education that all children are raised to, we'll have a stronger economy. It was not egalitarian. It was not benevolence. It was not austerity. The idea was that a smarter workforce will create more money for rich people. That was the idea behind establishing public education. That was the whole argument that won in the Senate, by the way. It was not egalitarian. It wasn't benevolence. It was, hey, we can make more money for rich people if all the kids are smarter.
To be clear, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't have like universal education.
No,
does it?
I'm just saying that was the original idea that was in the 18.
Yeah, no. If you wanna get a good thing to happen, convince people that rich people will be better off if the good thing happens.
Yeah, no, isn't that what? That's what FDR did, right?
People that it will be better off for them, so that they can spend their money convincing everyone that it will be better off for them. Yes.
Yeah.
Right now, they're convinced that if we have a very stupid workforce, we can control it.
Yeah. Right.
Not
now,
understanding that if other countries have the smarter workforces, those nations will be the ones making the money, not us, and therefore the rich people's dollar here will be less valued because they think, I can just convert my money into Chinese yen or euros, whatever it is.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. I don't know. There's because at first I was thinking.
I want to address something real quick because it's on the screen. What Prixie just said: socialism equals communism equals fascism. Let's just talk about that real quick.
Oh, hey, I know that one.
Socialism is when the government does stuff. And it's more socialism, the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
There's a big difference between socialism and communism. Okay? I will phrase it in the form of a question. We're on fucking Jeopardy right now. Could you describe how a communist government would pass would pass new legislation? Of course, because a communist government has a very defined setup, right? In communism, there is some sort of unitary executive that makes decisions of policy. And typically they have some sort of parliamentarian setup that would then approve that legislation, or the parliamentarian may pass and then the unitary executive approves, right? That is a communist setup.
Okay.
Describe how that differs from a socialist government. Well, you can't, because socialism is an economic theory. It's not a governmental structure. So all these people that say that communism and socialism are the same have zero understanding of the difference between economics and government. Because socialism is not government. Socialism is economics. Communism is government. Now, Marx's original idea was, hey, the Industrial Revolution is here. At some point, we're going to need to evolve past capitalism. And the idea to evolve past capitalism is to create a society wherein there is no scarcity. And the idea to create no scarcity was to give the ownership of all manufacturing to the people. Now, that is Marxism. Communism says, yes, let's go ahead and do that. By the way, the people are the ruling class. That's the difference between Marxism and communism. Communism has a ruling class, an elite, an oligarchical system that owns everything, but it is referred to as the people. That's why in the Soviet Union, they walk around and call each other comrade. Because we're all comrades. We're all the people. Sure, I might own a little bit more of the peopling than you do, but we're all comrades, comrade. Socialism has no governmental structure. There's no way to set up a government that is socialist that in a different way than others. It's the difference between dictatorialism and democracy. And I'm almost done, I promise. If Locke were here, Locke would say that tyranny, the epitome of tyranny is when the government can tell you what to do. The epitome of freedom is when you tell the government what to do. And in a communist structure, the government tells you what to do. In the fascism structure, the government tells you what to do. In a democracy of any kind, whether it's a representative democracy or we're in a constitutional republic, it's still the type of democracy, we tell the government what to do. And that's the difference between freedom and tyranny. Done. Mic drop. Boop.
Hey, just like Jesus.
Just like
I
I'm
mean-
literally like Jesus, white, bearded.
Shortest 2 sentences I ever heard in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Did
but
you
hey,
hear
Jester
period in there? I
has a
didn't shut the
sentence.
fuck up.
And Jester says, the more you talk, the less Walsh does. So yeah, learning stuff and shit. And you know, I'm sorry. Thank you, Jester. We love your money. No, we love Jester, friend of the show. He can come back anytime he DMs me. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Like, this is all like a bunch of crazy shit. And Matt Walsh, I believe, is a Christian nationalist. Am I right?
Yeah, I would call him Christian nationalist. Sure.
So they've got a really funny kind of fucked up. And I just found out recently that Casey Malone's mods do watch my show. So I'm really excited about that because I love her. And I wanted to know that I've been learning so much like about Christian nationalism. I don't really get into her lives as much, but just like, you know, weird shout out, random shout out to them because they shouted me out not too long ago. And
It's a
also,
shout out.
Well, her mom shouted me out. Like, I just made like kind of like this like weird kind of well, you know me, I'm highly sarcastic. So I made a sarcastic comment in the chat. And they're like, oh my God, it's Mary Atkinson. And I'm like, oh my God, you know who I am. So it was really fun. But I learned so much from her. So since they shouted me out, I went to shout them out. But I also would like to shout out Skeptic Haven for the raid. So raise the roof. Skeptic Haven, Jay Bundy and I run Skeptic Haven last Monday, talking about oh God, I guess camaraderie and what it means. Well, we do Black non-believers, and we talk about different aspects of being a Black non-believer, and it's a little lonely out here. So, you know, if there's like, you know, we need more places for people of color to feel safe. And I appreciate Skeptic Haven for giving us that home. So, bunch of shout outs. And for Skeptic Haven and everybody coming in, we are debunking Matt Walsh today.
And you've missed nothing because we're 52 seconds into his video because we just keep talking.
They're used to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kip Davis was on, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago. And we only got to minute 5 because he stopped talking at minute 40, at 4 minutes and 30 seconds and just let it play out until we got to 5. And that was like a 3-hour show. So,
hey,
yeah.
Whatever it takes.
All right.
That was funny.
No. You nitwits. No, he was not a socialist.
Oh, okay.
See how he switched? He switched from is to was. I found that
Switched tenses, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, because he's like, Jesus is alive and blah blah blah, but yeah.
But he was not a socialist.
Which I guess means he is a socialist, even though he just said he isn't. It doesn't matter. I'm nitpicky because I'm a nitwit.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Anybody thinks that Jesus might have been socialist. I mean, you know.
I mean, if Yeshua ben Joseph really did live, socialism wasn't even invented until 1,500 years after he was alive. So, no, he was definitely not a socialist, if you want to be,
I mean, if you want to be pedantic about it. And I think
extremely pedantic.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to judge somebody by a definition,
it's Matt Walsh. He loves judging people by their definitions, but go ahead.
He loves judging people by his definitions.
Well, sure. Yes. True.
Yep.
That's it. That's the end of the show. We'll just leave it there.
All right.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. See you guys again next week.
Everybody.
You know, be true to yourself, not who you're told to be. Kidding.
Why are
That's
you
the
not
end of the
playing?
show. We'll just leave it there because it's hardly a statement that warrants a response because it's so absurd. But
then why are you making a
this is
video,
popular
Matt?
Idea.
Like he's saying this a minute in. He literally rambles for another 20 minutes on this dumb shit.
He's probably waiting for AAA. I mean. That would be a valid reason to do it in this format. Like
He's
if you're
got a
just,
flat
you know,
tire.
In this format, but not, yeah, no, he's jumping on. And again, this is 7 years ago. There was like a whole thing, yeah, because Stephen Colbert, I think it was Stephen Colbert, and then, the Democratic
Right.
Socialists were saying
Yeah.
things, and the right lost their fucking minds.
I mean, they lost their minds over the NFL today again.
Oh,
for the
God.
150th time, whatever.
Did somebody like kneel or something? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I mean, it's got to be something as stupid. It's like, what?
I'm sorry. We
Shut
have
up and play. You don't deserve rights.
I'm sorry. I have to bring this up. Sorry. Porpoise just brought up a very interesting question.
Oh, God.
What programming languages did Jesus know? Were compilers invented yet, or was he stuck using assembly, or worse, machine language? It's a silly question. He used an abacus. Obviously, those were invented by Jesus's uncle Ben. I don't know. I know everyone associates that with rice, but the first thing that he invented was the abacus, which is why the second letter in abacus is a B for Ben, and the first letter is A for A.
Abacus? It's an A for abacus. That's what it's for.
So it's a little known fact. But Jesus used an abacus, and then he would translate the language. This is complicated, but again, he did miracles, so it's fine. He would translate it into advanced basic, and then he would compile that down to COBOL. And then he would take the COBOL, he would put that into a SQL database, and then use... I'm sorry, allergies. He would use a C-based IDE AI tool created by Anthropic to read the SQL database. And he would convert that, into Java.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
Things were
so he didn't actually know how to program. He just knew how to meta program.
He used the abacus, man, and then he used Anthropic's. He used Claude to Jesus. He could do miracles. He could talk to Claude, and he got Claude to read the COBOL out of the SQL database and convert that over to Java. So it's no one reads that chapter. Everyone skips that chapter in Matthew, so no one knows this. But
yeah, it's just right there in black and white.
Right? Yeah, sure.
Okay, moving on.
If you can read Aramaic, which most people can't.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You got to think of that too.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure Jesus could read Aramaic.
It couldn't. Actually. I mean, if he was a carpenter, he probably couldn't read.
Yeah.
Even among some Christians. So I guess maybe I should
binary
elaborate a little bit more than that. So if I had to elaborate, then
I just said binary abacus.
A binary abacus isn't that just a single like bead on a pole?
He's just got like a stick, and he's just
yes, no. Yes, no.
Binary abacus. I'm sorry. That hit perfect. Thank you, Jedi. It's good to see you. All right, go ahead.
This is what I would say. In fact, I'll give you three reasons why Jesus is not a socialist and why this whole idea is completely ridiculous. And I'm going to move pretty quickly through the first two reasons.
If you see, he sat down. Let's just
walk it through. Yeah.
That when he got his flat tire from running over his kids' fucking toys that he always leaves in the fucking driveway. I'm not changing this tire. I told him to pick up his toys. So I ran over his toys. The toy's destroyed and my tire is flat. So I'm waiting on AAA to come and change the tire. And he hung up on his wife, right? That's how that conversation ended. Okay. So he's got his phone in his hand. And he's like, all right, can't masturbate outside again. The cops told me the fifth time, it just can't happen.
Yeah.
Excuse me. He's sitting there and he's just scrolling through. He sees the Stephen Colbert video, right? Pulls out the notes app and he starts to voice dictate, right? But as we all tools back then were terrible. They've gotten better in the past couple of versions of iOS, but 7 years ago they were shit. So the first draft of this was really just a jumbled mess, right? So he goes back, he erases the whole thing, right? And he's just sitting, he's typing. He's typing, lots of grammatical errors, doesn't really care. His wife calls back again. And he's like, listen, I told you I'm going to sit out here for AAA. She's like, that's not why I'm calling. I'm calling because my sister told me that we have to go to my niece's birthday party this Saturday. So once the car is fixed, I need you to go down to Publix and pick up a cake. And he's like, I've got to pick up the cake? Why aren't you picking up the cake? She's like, well, you've got the car. And
wow, the lore in this story.
I know, right?
The driveway right now with the car with the flat tire. He's like, whatever. I will get a fucking cake for your fucking niece that I don't even like. And he hangs up. Right? So that's kind of this backstory. It's in the description of the video. You guys probably haven't seen it, but it's in the description of the video. So you just got to read through it. So that's the attitude that he was in.
Telling you that you shouldn't be tapping Matt Walsh's phone like this.
I mean, the drama with his niece's birthday party is pretty lit, though.
So anyway, I admit to nothing. That was what happened before this video started. And that was the attitude. And then he started, that's when he really drafted things out. Didn't use lettered or numbered lists. He only uses, this is true, he only uses the dots, the circular dots, which is why he sticks with iOS instead of Android, because Android, he couldn't get it to work right and would always have the squares, and that made him question his sexuality.
Okay. All right.
And I want to focus more on the third. So, first of all, Jesus did not endorse any economic or political system at all. So that's the first way we know he wasn't socialist, because he never said.
Just a second. Of course he fucking didn't, you fucking moron! There was one! The only one was that the royals ruled everything because of divine providence. So yeah, he didn't talk about, oh, guys, here's my thoughts on the Enlightenment, because it hadn't happened yet, you goddamn troglodyte.
He is too. You know, that should be his subtitle, right? You know, I'm the queen goddess, patron saint of woke bitches. He's Matt Walsh, a goddamn troglodyte.
Yeah.
I like it.
You can hit play again, I'm sorry.
And this is his cave. This car is his cave.
Anything about any kind of government system or economic system, which means that he wasn't a socialist, but he wasn't a capitalist either. To say that Jesus was a capitalist would also be ridiculous.
People do say, Republicans, specifically, what do you call it? Preachers, prosperity gospel creatures. Freudian slip. Prosperity gospel preachers do like to say that if Jesus were still alive, actually MLK as well, they would be capitalist.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
if you know what an actual capitalist is fucking hilarious and sad.
And, you know, the system of barter and trade they had back then was capitalist in, I would say capitalist in structure, because I'm looking to get something back for what I've given to you.
Sure.
But there was, at that time, I mean, there would have been Roman money that would have been commonly used like in larger cities and stuff. But if you'd taken that shit to a farm and been like, hey, I got 5 of these Roman coins for your cow, they'd been like, get the fuck, what are you talking about? I need a goat, bro. I need these, what am I gonna do with these coins? I'm gonna eat these coins? What are you, a moron? Fuck off my farm. That conversation happened a lot, by the way, word for word, just in Latin. Yeah, so it would have been capitalist in structure because you were looking to, you know, profit off of trades and barters, but there wasn't, I mean, there was money used, but there wasn't like a standardized currency like we have now where it would be welcome everywhere and worth the same everywhere. So, yeah, I'll give him a 2 out of 10.
I think if you were to like look at Jesus's teachings and stuff, and this is the point that the people who are saying Jesus is a socialist are making. There's a lot more of the, give to the needy, as opposed to give according to supply and demand, than you would expect from, like, if you had to pigeonhole him, I would probably say he was a socialist rather than a capitalist.
Yeah.
I like to call him Commy Jesus because we, like, the scriptures themselves say that there was, the teachings that are taught to, like, the masses, the people that, and then there's like the inner teachings that those closest to him would know. And so after Jesus died, those closest to him built a goddamn commune. It's what they did. And we also know from the story of, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names, Ananias and Sapphira, that people were expected to give all of their belongings and share with the group. Jesus, fed the masses for free. Jesus, more or less gave away. If he could heal people, he did that. So, people are saying this is healthcare for free. Like, he himself had no, as far as we know, had no money, or was being funded by people who did. So I don't know why, like, you get nothing except communism and socialism out of the Gospels. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. But, like, goddamn.
Well, and there's clues that seem to indicate that you're correct. For instance, when he goes to Lazarus's house to heal him, his parents and sister live with him. They all live in one house together. Did you notice that? Lazarus's house also houses his immediate family, including sisters, who we would assume would be unmarried, because if they were married, they would be living
in
with
their husband's house.
So he lived in some sort of egalitarian, community of some sort that was normal to whoever was writing about it, a century or two later. We also have this question of, like, how did Jesus make money? Like, was he still carpentering on the side? Like, was carpentering just like his main gig? And, like, all the stories with him and the disciples were like on Fridays, like after work?
You can't walk that far on just a Friday afternoon, though.
And that's a big thing. Like, how was Jesus making money? Well, the other indication, right? Well, the other indication is how often he's called rabbi, which means his disciples saw him as the leader of some sort of congregational organization. So, when he recruits, which two is the one that he recruits while they're fishing?
Oh, it was Matthew.
No, Matthew's a tax collector.
No, Matthew's a tax collector. Anyway, he recruits fishers. And so, like, was he recruiting them not, to say, hey, come be my disciples, but also, hey, they could catch us some fucking fish and we could eat the fish or sell or trade the fish, whatever, for other good? Like, were they recruited because they were, potential disciples, or because they were basically breadwinners, fish winners, for the group, because the group needed income? Not resources. So
the two fishermen Jesus recruited were Simon, also known as Peter, and his brother Andrew.
Okay. Simon, right. Simon Peter, right.
Simon Peter and Andrew.
Simon Peter and Andrew, right. Yes. Okay.
So Kip has got a comment in the chat there saying that, which is blowing my mind. Apparently the word carpenter is most commonly rendered for stone workers.
Oh.
So so Jesus was a mason.
Oh no, we can't have that.
Turn it off. Turn it off right now. They're gonna find us. They're gonna find us.
Thanks, Kip.
Did Jesus? Was Jesus the first Illuminati?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, don't listen to Kip Davis. Did you know that Dr. Kip Davis has written no books?
None.
there are actual sects of like the when the occult wave went through the United States in the late 1890s, there were a bunch of like not Masons, but what's the other one? The groups. Titan will know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, their whole argument was Jesus was the first one, and the first seance was when Jesus brought himself back from the dead. Basically Jesus was an occult master. He was like a black magic wizard, and he was the first practitioner of true true black. Maybe it was the 1830s, Porpoise, but yeah, this was the spiritualists back in the Rosicrucians. Thank you, Porpoise. Rosicrucians. It was the Rosicrucians. They woke Mason. The Rosicrucians. It wasn't all the Rosicrucians, but they had these. The Rosicrucians had a bunch of different sects, and they were all very weird. And they also had sects, but they had sects, sects. But they also had sects. They had weird sex orgies and shit.
It is known.
But there were some sects of them that agreed or argued that Jesus was the first black magic practitioner and was the father of all occult magic and all this. And when he died in the desert and met Satan and had his whole battle with Satan, and that was when he took over the occult magics from Satan, and that's why occult magics were holy, because Jesus had defeated Satan in the desert. And it's crazy shit. Total crazy shit.
Where are you getting this information from?
These were Rosicrucian sects. You should look into Rosicrucians. There were some really fucking weird Rosicrucian sects.
Yeah, that sounds like a potential topic for a future video. Yeah,
you should look into Rosicrucian. Look into old Rosicrucian shit. You can find all kinds. They believed.
Did they believe the Earth was hollow?
I don't even know how to spell
Some
that.
of them believed that the Earth was hollow. That the mole people that lived within the Earth were related to us and were either our progenitors or our descendants. And I mean, Rosicrucians are fucking.
What was their opinion on blowing up the moon and having part of it become the Earth?
I don't know about that. I have no idea.
So Rosicrucianism is a spiritual and cultural movement that originated in the early 17th century Europe, emphasizing esoteric wisdom, mythicism, and spiritual enlightenment. It is symbolized by the Rose Cross, and the Rosicrucian groups study natural laws, the mysteries of life and death, and the development of consciousness. Wow, that sounds like the foundings of New Age bullshit.
Yep.
A lot of the New Age stuff started with the Rosicrucian movements in the early 1800s. Yeah.
Okay.
Ouija boards came out of that. A lot of the common tarot usage.
Ooh. Okay.
Wiccanism is, ended up evolving out of it. Yeah, all that stuff.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, we could definitely do a show out of that.
And you're going to find tons of different sects. Like it's weird stuff, because there were these charlatans that were like, oh, well, I figured out this mystery about the universe. I am this kind of a cult man. And they would just say the weirdest shit, and rich people would give them money because they believed they could talk to their dead children.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was more common than it needed to be.
Yep.
All right.
And you do on occasion hear that. You don't hear that claim nearly as often.
A car
as
just
you
went
hear
by. Did you see? It just passed his head.
I did. Yeah.
Which would
Right
also
here.
be ridiculous.
Out of the road.
And you do on occasion hear that. You don't hear that claim nearly as often as you hear that Jesus was a socialist. But I have heard in response to the Jesus was a socialist argument, I have sometimes heard people say, well, no, he was really a capitalist. Well, he wasn't that either. Jesus, it's very glaringly obvious when you
to be fair, I've agreed with his last sentence.
Sure.
read scriptures that
Jesus was not a communist, capitalist. Jesus was not a capitalist. I think we can all agree on that.
Sure. Capitalism was invented roughly 1,200 years after Yeshua ben Joseph would have lived. So,
But I mean, also, Jesus just wasn't a capitalist. He did not own the means of production.
Well, I mean, he started the Masons, okay? So
he did start the Masons.
Which is pretty fucking evil.
Yeah.
Apparently. Or so I hear.
or at least the way that appears is Jesus doesn't really care that much what's economic system you're living under. That's not really his point. And we'll get to his point here in a
I'd be
minute.
really surprised if Jesus understood economic systems.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, he was too busy using his binary abacus to do programming to study economics. I mean, you're asking a lot of the guy,
I don't know. I mean, it just kind of feels like he's padding the video.
What did I say? Did I say, Yeshua Bar Yosef? Isn't that what I said?
Yeah, no, I think you said Ben.
Oh, Yeshua Bar Yosef. Yes. Would not be Ben Yosef. Correct.
oh, really? I didn't know that.
It's just, I'm sorry.
I thought it was Ben.
Would be
Or
Bar.
Ben.
Would be Bar Yosef.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
But he wasn't concerned with that. He wasn't concerned with making these
Jesus
reforms to political
Calvinist.
systems. That's not what he was worried about.
Wait, was Jesus a Calvinist? That's a far more interesting question.
Oh my God!
That's a far more interesting.
Wow.
Jesus,
I'm trying to think. Wow, like this is the first time I've ever thought about that. Chat, what do we? You know what? I'm just going to do a poll and see what the chat thinks because
You should probably defend that.
I know that's a interesting question to say the least.
Porpoise says he was if you ask the Calvinists. That's true, Porpoise.
Fair.
That tracks. That tracks. Yes. That is very true, my friend. Well, we all know Jesus was a Mormon. That is true. He was the third Mormon. I'm not explaining anything more than that, but he was the third Mormon. After Enoch and Moses, of course, as everyone knows. Enoch and Noah, excuse me, not Moses.
Are you looking at notes? Do you have notes about the was Jesus Calvinist question?
Oh no, he's probably asking Brock.
I do. I have them. No, I was mainly looking at my dog who was here for pets. My pets. I love you. You're a good boy. Well, he got his blood panel back this week, and she said it could not have been better.
Nathan, everybody loves Franklin. Do you want to? Is there any way that we could see Franklin? Nobody's interested in hearing about Franklin. They would really love to see Franklin.
I mean, I can try. Hi, can you
come on? Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're a good boy.
He's a good boy. Come on, jump. Come on. Up high.
Here, you want to get up here? You get up here? Can't get. Oh, ow. Okay, that was my testicle. Okay, come on. Come on.
Do it again.
Come on. No. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. No, you can't.
I don't know what you want from me.
But it's just like, what? Is there treats? Treats?
All right. Anyway, his blood panel came back perfect this week. So.
Yay.
Awesome.
All right. More puppies for the next time. All right. Let's listen to this.
He could have. And in fact, I think that most people in his time expected him to do that. They expected him to come in and be a political revolutionary, and he wasn't that. And now we have 2,000 years of Christianity.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait, I forgot to listen to what he was saying. What did he say?
So people, so I mean, that's interesting. Now, he's admitting that people expected him to be a political revolutionary, and he was not. And that is true. That is a requirement of the Messiah, being the anointed one and whatnot. Anointed is what they overthrow the king. Yeah, overthrow Caesar or whoever. Be anointed as king.
As king of the Jews.
Yeah, well, of everybody. He's also supposed to
king of the world, but I mean, he was supposed to be king of the Jews.
He's supposed to unite the world under one religion.
Right.
I mean, these are all reasons why the Jews are just like, who? So, I mean, it's really interesting that, he's admitting this part, but Jesus was supposed to be a revolutionary.
Well, this is more Catholic, Matt Walsh. Remember what he's really doing here.
Mm-hmm.
If you really listen, you know what he's doing right now? He's being very anti-Semitic.
No, I mean, it's Matt Walsh. I just took that as a given.
But
fair.
Yes.
How? I don't actually see it. It's not like,
Yeah, we thought you were going to elaborate though.
Yeah.
So for Catholics, I guess Protestants too, but what they believe is that it is their God-given mission to convert all the Jews and save them from hell, right? They don't as much care about atheists. They kind of see atheists as like, well, they're lost anyway, so who cares? You get that a lot from a lot of devout Christians, like, I don't even bother with atheists. They just don't bother. But they see the Jews as something that they can bring to the light side, whatever.
Sure.
However you say that, sure. Redeem, I guess. So what they need to do is they need to downplay anything that the Jews would use as justification for their dogma, justification for the tenets that they live in. So really what he's trying to do here is, and it's subtle, he might not even realize that he's doing it because Christians do it a lot without noticing it, is kind of undercutting that whole society.
Okay.
That whole society was savage. I don't really like using that word, but it was uncivilized. It was undeveloped. Unlike the European, or well, back then it wouldn't be European, but unlike the Greeks and the Romans, who whatever.
Sure.
Were the more civilized ones. The Jews, they lived in the desert. They lived in the wilderness. And it's subtle. You never really hear them say that straight out. Maybe, Doug Wilson, kind of people, like the more prominent, hateful Christian nationalists might. But you'll just get this kind of underlying, kind of sweeping away the Jews were poor and the Jews did live in the desert, and yeah, of course they were uncivilized. It's just kind of an undertone to everything that you got to kind of look for to hear. But once you do, it's like it's really all over their rhetoric about, especially the Pharisees. They'll talk tons of shit about the Pharisees because the Pharisees represent the old world, the orthodoxy of Judaism.
Okay, interesting. So the chat is not amused. They're saying they don't believe Jesus could have been a Calvinist, or at least half that voted. So
okay, I think that would need a deep dive of its own stream. I don't.
No, yeah, definitely.
I don't want to get too deep into it, but I think there could be an interesting.
No, I would like to see that conversation. So, at least, and I want to say this is probably higher though. At least half the chat is streamers. One of you should do that. Was Jesus a Calvinist?
Yeah, steal our idea, and you can invite me on. It's fine. I'll come. Whoever.
Yeah, I know. I am not having that conversation because you're going to have to open it up. And so if there's if there's anybody out there, the Spatchcock twins love to do stuff like this, and they're friends with YouTube Christians who I abhor, and I can't even call them Christians. They're those guys. We all know who they are. So they can invite them in and they can have a proper debate over it.
Sure.
I am not interested in that at all. So, but I would like to watch and talk shit from the side chat. That would be fun for me.
Oh, porpoise.
Oh, what did you do now?
We already talked about Jesus's programming. I'm not going back everything because I don't remember what I said. I was just saying words until I stopped talking.
COBOL was involved.
I don't remember what my argument was.
Oh, Nitty would be a good one. Yeah, Nitty would also be a good person to have that conversation.
And we have the scripture, that we can go back and reference to see very clearly that he was not a political revolutionary. Yet still somehow, even people today are as surprised and I guess disappointed as people were back in Jesus' time that he is not a political revolutionary. That's not what he was about. He is a revolutionary of a very different, more transcendent sort. Second point. socialism and communism are objective evils, and we know that because we can look by your fruits you
Objective
shall know them.
evils.
Yeah, I mean,
I could have just I mean, pretty sure they're just like who owns the means of production. I mean, it is horrible when the workers own their own means of production.
Yeah, who'd want that? And socialism does not need workers to own their own means of production for it to be socialism. Like that is not a part of it has nothing to do with socialism whatsoever. It can exist within certain socialist economic structures, but it's not required for socialism to exist. We have libraries. Libraries are not owned by.
Isn't that more like democratic socialism, though?
Sure, but it's still a form of socialism. Because remember, socialism.
I mean, I'm not
is
saying it's not, but I mean, I think that.
But here's the thing: you can have Republican socialism, you can have National Socialism.
Isn't that an oxymoron?
It's not. It's not because
I'm thinking of American Republic. It's a jab at American Republicans.
Because,
but just dancing sons of bitches, both.
For anyone who doesn't know,
say anything.
The difference between democratic structures and Republican structures is really voting structure. A democracy is just, your rocks in a bag. Do you put the white rock in or the black rock in? And that's democracy, and majority wins. And a Republican structure, again, I'm not talking about the Republican Party of today. I'm just talking about the definitions of the words. A Republican structure is where you elect representatives to make those decisions for you instead of it just being mob rule. And that's really the only difference. So you could have democratic socialism, you could have Republican socialism. It's because it's about how legislation is passed, not about the end result.
Yeah, and Kip Davis saying Jesus was almost certainly a political revolutionary. He was preaching the kingdom of God and the end of Roman imperialism. What would you call that?
I mean, I was going to say the same thing, but
yeah. No, you'd rather be pedantic instead. I get it. I've met you.
Again, what Walsh is doing here, really, and again, I'm not sure he knows this or not. He's really just trying to bring down. It's anti-Semitism. It's about bringing down the Jews, disparaging them, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's Matt Walsh. I don't think that it would be a true video if he wasn't bringing someone down.
Well, yeah.
Like, why even post it?
So let's look at the fruits of this particular fig tree, and we'll find that we've got over 100 million people since the beginning of the 20th century who have been killed. Well over 100 million people who have been killed by communism and socialism, and then many millions.
Okay, stop the fucking video.
God!
100 million people who have been killed by communism and socialism. Okay.
You know what? I watched a video on this once where they were trying to explain what conservatives meant when they said that, and it was really, I understood what they were trying to say, but it was so stupid that it I don't know, I guess it just seeped through.
Okay. Go ahead. You can go first.
I was going to say that they're basically lumping in all of the deaths that occurred in any sort of situation that they think could plausibly be connected to a communist regime like China or the Soviet Union, and saying that like all of those deaths are being attributed to communism. That's what he's doing. But you have to be, I think, pretty liberal with the numbers there. I don't know how you get to 100 million. But a lot of people,
the 20th century.
Well, since the beginning of the 20th century,
right?
That is how I interpret.
Well, no, that's what he said, and that's what I'm saying. But you're a pedantic asshole, as I've been saying. Yeah. So, you just have to.
Here's how he got to the number. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He fucking made it up. It's bullshit. That's how he got to the number. So us sitting here and trying to figure out what the fuck he's just saying words. It does. He could have said 100 trillion gazillion base 2 people have died since last Thursday due to. It doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter. Okay.
Right.
Here's the other thing. When he says communism and socialism, what he's equating that to is tyranny. Dictate.
Yeah, exactly.
You want a source, Jack? My sources are made in the fuck up.
That one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, the number doesn't matter. It could be any number. It could be 2. And they'll be is equally mad about it. Curtis Yarvin. Okay, back to Yarvin. By the way, if you weren't here earlier, you're confused. His justification for everything that he wants to happen in the federal government, which is now happening according to his plans, which great, is peace. Is that there's too much violence. And as Maya saw when we did that examination, it's all very racist coded. He keeps talking about, people with guns and people with guns, which was 90s and 2000s slang for black people. You may hear them called urban youths. You may hear them called the inner cities. You may hear them called all kinds of fun terms, but all they're really saying is black people, right?
Right, yeah. Well, we have a number of euphemisms for that, yeah.
Right. And nowadays, you mean, when you say these things, you mean not just black people, you also mean brown people or people who we assume are brown or black because we felt like it today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just coded for anybody that I don't want in my white ethno state.
Exactly. And so you can't, he doesn't have a justification. And if you pinned him down and you said, well, what are the 100 million people? Well, anybody that's died in any war where the communists and the socialists in the United States and in Europe and in blah, 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 and in Brazil and in Wakanda ever sent out troops to, so the democratic elites could make billions off of U.S. aid, giving money to Puerto Rico, and his crowd would just be doing this, and you'd be like, "What the fuck? What? That doesn't. You just said words. You said words, and then you stopped talking and pretended you made a point, Matt. You didn't present any information or any citation. You just kept talking, and then you stopped talking, and once you stopped talking, you assumed that a point was made. Those aren't the same thing. So there is no justification for the 100 million. It's just what he said.
Do you think he's going to try and give some?
No.
Wait, no.
Maybe he will.
Did you not hear us when we said he is like a white nationalist?
I agree with that. I'm just saying.
You agree with white nationalism?
God damn it! No.
I heard him say it.
No. They are their own source.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Says he talks more. That's it. He does. That's how he justifies. What's the little fucker? The fucker, not the one with the small face, the other fucker. Ben something?
Ben
Shapiro?
Shapiro. That's what he does too. He's like, and he sounds like
and then if you do anything,
Mars attacks.
Yeah, and if you do anything that sounds like you might have a point, then it'll just like segue out of it, and it's
right.
Like,
and then you're like, and what's your response to that? And you're like, you didn't say anything. There isn't a response. What's my response to, the 100 million people who have died due to communism and socialism since the beginning of the 20th century? There isn't one.
Citation fucking needed.
Yeah,
that's my response.
Can you show your work, Matt? And he can't. Remember, going back, what he's really mad about right now is he's got to go pick up that fucking cake. Okay? What he's mad about is he's got to go to the store and get the cake for his niece's birthday party after AAA comes and fixes his flat tire. Okay? Yeah. So that is the underpinning of this entire conversation. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense because what he wanted to do right now was go masturbate in public. But the car has a flat tire because he ran over kids. We went over this.
Yeah.
Spouting nonsense. And that's what happens. And that's how you get a video like this.
Yeah, fair.
More that have been left starving, destitute, imprisoned, enslaved, even still today. If you look over in places like Venezuela. So that's the effect that communism and socialism have.
So much.
Well, yeah, you can tell that he's true. Do you know who lives in Venezuela? Brown people. So it must be true.
Oh, obviously.
Say anything you want about countries where they have brown people. You can just say anything you want.
Anything, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, Venezuela, they have brown people and a bad economy. Must have been capitalism, or not capitalism. God damn, socialism couldn't possibly be anything else.
Right.
Um,
That when you have a country full of brown people, that's all they allow.
yeah.
That's just it's just happened. Like brown people walk in, they're like, we're setting up a government, and like socialism just pops out of the ether.
They are a blight on the earth.
Must have.
They can't. You can't even help yourselves.
I can't. I want it. It sounds good. Like must have it. Give it to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You look
Matt
white.
Walsh,
Give me socialism.
if it weren't for Matt Walsh, no one would know.
No. See, called out. Damn
it. And it's really
when you think about it,
to...
when you think, just in your mind and visualize, like how many brown people there are in the world right now in all of these countries that are majority brown and have socialism, and that's how you can know that 100 million people died for socialism and communism, because who else would be responsible?
Oh my God. My unfinished sock has been a member, an anti-magnetologist for 3 months.
Right.
And my unfinished sock says, don't put JC in an econ cookie cutter. Like and share instead. And that's sound advice.
Sound advice.
Please enjoy your tapioca with those genitals and vaginas.
Ignore that fact when you just look at very recent world history. Third point. This is what I really want to focus on.
Wait, hold on.
No, you were right.
The other two aside.
Hold on. He's made 2 points? Because he just said we're getting to the third point. So one of them was that 100 million people.
The first one was that Jesus was not a socialist.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second one.
And we like actually did. Yeah, we mostly agreed with his first point. Okay. I think the second point was communism, big murder, or something. Okay. Which.
And don't forget
shocked that
Venezuela.
He's made, and I apparently missed them. I have no idea.
Right.
Well, he said that he wanted to like mostly focus on this one. I'm kind of like, why didn't you just focus on this one then? You know, like it's a 21, almost 22-minute video, and if you're going to present 3 points, you should maybe not have one of them be presumably the rest of the video.
Right. I'm still here. My camera turned off. I'm gonna go fix it.
No, not Ethan. All right.
Fair.
Even though those 2 points alone should be enough to dispel this whole notion, you can even put them aside.
Okay, the first one was just you're wrong. Like that was your first point.
End of video. Yeah, that point number 1.
Your first reason. He fleshed it out a little bit, I suppose, but his reason for Jesus not being a socialist was that he wasn't a socialist. I'm like, okay.
Well, there was no socialism, so he can't possibly fit a definition that came later.
Yeah.
Nitwit.
And let's
then
focus
the second one I think was Venezuela, or something. I
think it was Commy is the big bad.
Yeah.
And does the murder of the people.
Yeah, communism and socialism really evil. And and to prove that it's really evil, just look at Venezuela, knowing that they won't. God. Because if you look at Venezuela at all, like if you watch a 5-minute video, and there are a bunch of them on YouTube of what happened to Venezuela, none of them will say that socialism is what the downfall of it. Now, if you're going to talk about, I think like broadly speaking, we can say that it like let me say overspending, but they tank their dollar.
It just very poorly managed.
Yeah.
Things in a lot of ways for a long time.
Yeah, I say overspending, but yeah, they were creating money and like the thing that you don't want to do. So I mean, and the thing that we and the re and the thing that we economists said would happen if you just print money happened, and they're a cautionary tale for so many reasons, but socialism is not one of them. And mainly because socialism isn't an economic thing, but whatever.
Well, and there's no way that Matt Walsh knows anything about coming later.
Fair.
On this third thing, most important, the whole idea behind socialism really is to find a way to solve poverty. The fact that socialism is a solution for poverty, which only leads to more poverty, should really tell you something. And it tells us not only that socialism is a horrible system in and of itself, it tells us that poverty is not a social disease that the government can cure.
Whoa!
And so anytime the government sets...
Okay.
I mean, except for all the governments who've cured poverty.
You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. I think brown people are about to get blamed for some shit. I think that's what's coming next. I think some brown people. I think we're about to find out that brown people are poor mainly because they're brown, not because they're poor.
Oh, right. Now, if you don't want to be poor,
don't be brown.
Yeah, don't be brown.
Why were you born brown, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, that was your first mistake.
You don't need socialism. Why'd you
not
choose
be
that mom?
brown about things?
Yeah, see, this is why Mormonism is true.
Right, absolutely. Maybe you shouldn't have bought them Nikes, and you wouldn't be poor.
Yeah,
That's
or it's all those what do you call avocado toast?
It's the avocado. No. That they would say that about young women who think they can just go have careers in cats and be happy.
Oh,
no.
Me. Yeah. You know what? My female brain is getting everything all twisted. It's not because I'm brown; it's because I'm a woman.
Why don't you let the men talk?
But
okay.
Yeah. You know what? Off I fuck.
By the way, Maya knows where I live, so she can come punish me in person. Don't worry. I'm sure that Franklin likes her a lot more than me. But yes, the point, I guarantee the point that he's getting to, I don't know that it'll be as blatant as, well, brown people are poor because they're brown, but that will be the underlying reasoning behind what he's about to say. Guarantee it.
Well, no, he already said Venezuela. He's just priming.
Right. I mean, and who lives in Venezuela? Socialists. Inner city youths.
It's out to cure it, to get rid of it, and to instate some kind of utopian society where poverty doesn't exist. Anytime the government tries to do that, it has disastrous results because it cannot happen. And that's not the way that Jesus wanted us to look at it. Jesus does not want us to address poverty through bureaucracy. That's not the primary way that he wants us to address it, which isn't to say that government should have no role whatsoever in helping.
If Jesus existed, if Yeshua Bar Yosef existed, I think he would say, Matt, I want you to address poverty with every single fucking tool in your disposal.
Yeah.
Some of that would be fine to use, Matt.
I mean, just going off of, they believe that, and I'm sure he does believe that, like, the Bible is inerrant. Mm-hmm. So, going off the words that were attributed to Jesus in the Bible, like, blessed are the poor, and like, whenever you've done anything for the least of these, you've done them for me. Like, that's not a bootstraps kind of.
And someone brought it up in the chat earlier when Peter was like, yeah, Lord, but I don't need to love the dirty ass Samaritans over there. I mean, they're gross. And Jesus was like, yeah, you do. Yeah. You got to love them too.
Them too.
You got to love all of them equally, just as I've loved you. And Peter went, oh
my God. Right. What? Are you sure? Because, last time I checked, the Samaritans were brown people.
Actually, I think he said something about basically his insult to them was something about they didn't wash their feet. They had unwashed feet of some kind.
Okay.
That's my recollection. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that was Peter's reasoning.
I just remember the story of the Good Samaritan. But
Well, I remember Jesus washing people's feet, so apparently his disciples also had unwashed feet. So,
well, that was his way of
yeah,
lowering his own status to say that it's okay to lower your status and be kind to, people you see as lesser than you because I did.
The chat is not loving your the way Matt Walsh looks
my pause game.
I told you guys, with one camera change, this could be a very different video.
All right, what's he talking about now?
What's he doing with his finger there?
Poor, that's not the point. It's simply to say that the responsibility of helping the less fortunate falls primarily on the individual, not primarily on the state.
What the fuck?
All right, so what does the state have to do? Like, I guess whatever Matt Walsh wants to like fill in the gap with.
So, I mean, we got to think about Jesus wouldn't have been in. Okay, so like the way we think, right, is okay. We give money to the government so the government can do things for us. They would not have had that thought, that like way of thinking.
Right. Matt's idea, instead of like taxes going to the government so the government can do more, would be to have the money go to rich people so that they can go on nicer vacations.
Or, to the Department of Defense so they could bomb more brown people.
Of course. I mean, think about it this way. Think about how many people are out there right now in the world. Venezuela, Peru, Brazil.
A lot of those people are brown, and I don't want to think about that.
Egypt, tons of places where there are brown people,
poor brown people,
currently not being bombed. How would Jesus feel about that as a white man himself?
Obviously,
how would Jesus feel knowing that here we are on a podcast right now with all of those brown people all over the world not being bombed? See?
I don't know.
Calvinist.
I mean, clearly, Jesus believed in borders and national security.
He did.
Yeah.
I remember...
gun rights.
It's in Matthew chapter 12 when Jesus sits down with Donald Rumsfeld and they're talking over...
Across the table to Kissinger. Yeah.
The invasion of Iraq. And Jesus says to him, you can do this for less than $2 billion. I'm sure of it. And Rumsfeld's like, Jesus, I mean, if, I saw you do the work with your abacus. So obviously you understand geopolitics and the military industrial complex in ways that I don't. And Jesus was like, well, fuck yeah, dude. I got this fucking abacus that Uncle Ben made me. And, by the way, the same Uncle Ben who's in Star Wars. I don't know if you guys know. It's the same guy. He's also in the Bible. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Ben. That's why in Star Wars they call him Obi-Wan Ben Abacus. That's his full. You guys, I don't think you guys even watch these movies.
Jester for $5. Welsh must really be into the lip filler. I wonder what what he could be doing with those soft lips. I can't believe you made me read that out loud. Talking
slower.
Oh,
use your lower register.
Hit the play button.
I think that it's clear that that's the practically speaking, that's the best way of going about it, but also from a spiritual perspective, from a religious, from a Christian perspective, that is obviously what Jesus believed as well.
Whoa,
So,
from a Christian perspective, Jesus clearly felt like people should be pulling themselves up by their bootstraps.
Right.
Which is why he gave out all the free food and free healthcare and supported communism. Well, I'm sorry.
Okay,
communes.
but that you're skipping the story where remember when Jesus was with the prostitute, and she told him that she was going to tell his wife, and he choked her to death with the bootstraps. And as she was drawing her final breaths, he said, "And this is how we must treat the poor who will not help themselves."
He would have used a force choke.
No, this was before he
These are morbid, and we are not dwelling on this conversation.
All right.
Yeah.
Dr. Davis, who has written no books, says Jesus was not a Christian bitch, which is true. You can't be you can't be. I cannot be a follower of Maya. That I leave that up to my head acolyte, Dr. Tapioca Weasel, who herds the cult. And but like obviously, I cannot be my own follower. So Christ cannot be a Christian. He tells Christians bootstraps, and this is what Matt Walsh is. I don't know. Matt Walsh probably thinks Jesus was a Christian.
Yeah, probably.
Tap, what was Jesus?
What you have to remember is that man.
Whoa! I asked a question. He's going to answer.
Jesus was Jewish. Jesus was a Jew.
How dare you? What kind of podcast is this?
Filthy liar.
I kind of considered like pretending to forget the answer to that question and watching you spin your wheels.
We would have just moved on. Like we're doing now. Hey, look at that play button.
We've kind of been through these verses before and discussing other topics, but let's go through them again.
Let's not.
Obviously, they're very relevant to this topic too. So here's a few verses I think we should look at.
Okay. We might
instances.
He's really gonna. I think he just refutes himself here.
Okay.
So he says that Jesus believed in bootstraps, and then he goes over all these verses where Jesus is clearly saying, "Help your neighbor," which is not bootstraps. So I'm not sure what he's advocating for right now.
Well, so he's advocating for everything being solved by individual charity, just leave it up to people to just decide to help.
Yeah, if enough people like you, then they'll contribute to your GoFundMe.
Well, here's the main question that Matt Walsh would ask somebody who was in trouble. First of all, are they white?
Yeah, that's important.
Number two, are they already well off?
Were they born here?
And three, were they born here? So if you don't hit 2 out of the 3, as long as they're the first 2, no. Just, the answer is no.
Where Jesus is talking about the poor and what we're supposed to do about the poor. It's obviously a topic he talked quite a bit. He talked about quite a bit. So if he really wanted us to instate some particular economic system in order to help poor people, he had plenty of opportunity to mention it, and he never did. But this is what he said instead.
He never mentioned poor people. That's
never.
True.
He
never literally said.
Okay, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He did say the opposite. He started by saying that Jesus talked about poor people a lot. So.
I've got to get that clip because Kip Davis Kip Davis has written no books, Bingo Square, and so I was fucking with him earlier, and I'm like, but you've written a book, so everybody's going to believe me. I don't even know how I could fit into. And so I've just been I've been saying all this shit, silently trolling him because nobody knew what I was doing except him. Here you are, Dr. Davis. Everyone knows that I'm trolling you, and Kip Davis, as of 2 days ago, has written one book. And you can buy it now. It's on Amazon. All right. Good for you. All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Clap.
Forget
Do you think
that white men just get really antsy when they're not when they're being decentralized? Yeah, I think that probably every show.
How did you know I was going to ask that?
Oh,
Do you think
yeah.
Matt
I'm a
Walsh
brown
ever
woman.
sits down and he's like reading through his Bible and he's like, this book would be so much better if he didn't talk about poor people so much?
I'm imagining what the Bible would look like if written by Matt Walsh, and now I'm not imagining that anymore because it makes me sad and angry.
Yeah, angry.
I need to go to
Definitely
bed
angry.
soon. Why are we doing
I'm
this?
pretty sure there'd still be slaves.
Yeah. More.
Why did I agree to
Matthew
this?
25:40, and the king will answer them, truly I say to you,
Because
as you
you're
did it
ageist
to
and I'm punishing you. You're welcome.
It's fair. That's fair.
one of the least of these brothers, you did it to me. Matthew 5:42, give to the one who begs from you and do not refuse the one who would borrow from you. Luke 12:33, sell your
All right,
possessions
we all
and
know
give
the
it to the needy.
Bible.
Provide.
Let's get to the bad
Yeah,
match.
I don't really-
I don't know where to cut it off, though.
I get that. Just keep going.
Just as much as you
yourselves
can.
with money
How about
bags that do
that?
not grow old, with a treasure.
Let's go up 1 minute.
Where no thief approach. One, the two, all you give it be repaid. But
1
you
minute.
will be
Come
repaid.
on, you
Share
can
with
do
her
this,
6 example.
doctor.
That the words
we go.
governments, state, law, policy, tax, least of all socialism, do not appear in any of these verses.
What? Oh my God.
Okay.
You know what? He's won me over. He's won me. The word socialism isn't in the Bible anywhere.
He could have chosen a verse that involved the word tax, because taxes do come up. But I mean, yeah, if you choose a bunch of quotes, it's not that hard to select words that were not used in the quotes.
I mean, I can think of entire articles of the Constitution that don't have the word president in it. So therefore, we probably shouldn't even have one.
Yeah.
Just representatives.
Right.
Represent us.
Sure.
Oh,
Sure, why not? Why not? Let's give it a shot. I mean,
it couldn't be worse than what we have. I mean,
fuck everything.
And
Give us
you always
Washington.
have, you always have the one, the House. Oh God, can't think of. Is it almost midnight?
Like Doctor House? Is that
no? Like the Mike Johnson. What does he do?
the speaker?
Speaker
of the House. Yeah, he can act at. I mean, because like all we really need is a little guy to go around to other countries, wave his hat, and yes, diplomatic shit. And it could be the speaker. Why not? Fuck
Sure.
it.
I mean, we didn't always have Secretary of State.
I mean, we could have all those too, but
diplomatic
the Senate
stuff.
and the president, it's just a lot, right?
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot. I think let's just go back to a system where we barter geese. Let's just price everything in geese.
I mean, what? We all have our own representatives. I think we should let in DC and Puerto Rico. And then, I think we do a pay-per-view thing where they get into a match and whoever survives is, we either get healthcare for all or we don't. And
here's what we do. You get 2 representatives on any side of whatever issue.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Blindfolds across the eye, duct tape. And you tape onto their hands Ginsu knives. All right? So that they're out straight. Okay?
Okay. I think that misinterpretations has been a member of something for 1 month.
So you put them in a cage, okay? But hold on.
So, we cannot advocate.
No. You're missing. That's not where I'm going with this.
The algorithm is listening to you. That's all I'm saying.
It's not where I'm going at all.
He's talking about a remake of Edward Scissorhands.
No, I'm not. Okay, so
man, I've never had a.
And then you put in the ring, okay, 2 large buffet tables. Now remember, they're blindfolded and duct taped. They don't know what's on the buffet tables. Could be lettuce, could be icing, could be fruits, vegetables, and there's an oven to their right set at 350 and a baking pan, okay? And they have to use those Ginsu knives to in some way prepare a meal. Cook the meal, serve the meal. Whoever serves the better meal their legislation is passed.
So you want us to have our legislation passed by reality TV shows?
Or Bake Off.
It already
Yeah.
is. I don't know where you think you live, because that's
Okay,
already going on.
Yeah, no, that's
Right.
I'm just saying, let's make it a little bit more exciting. Let's have it a culinary competition and
with
whoever can cook
substantial
the best
possibility
wine
for self-injury. Okay.
night wielding meal wins.
All right then. Not Ethan
Is that
is
a play button?
yeah.
Here is
And
Jesus
Gordon
over and
Ramsay
over and over
can
again
judge the
talking
whole
about
competition.
here's what we should do about poor people. He never says anything about passing a law. Never even mentions it. It's pretty incredible, right?
He wanted to be a king.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
talking about, dude?
He had the whole law thing. He kind of figured he already had it figured out because he's like, yeah, follow the laws of Moses.
Okay, so when
Or something.
when the plan to not get crucified, but rather overthrow the king and be anointed as said king, came to fruition, do you think that he was not gonna put all these, like, the things that he was talking about into work via law? Like, do you think that was going to be what happened? Like, I don't.
I wonder.
What I love about people is how they don't think things through.
I wonder what he meant when he said, "Render unto Caesar what is his, and render unto God what is the Lord's." I wonder what he meant by that.
I mean, well, when you're going to be Caesar, yeah, that's what you say.
Sure.
I mean, or when you think that there might be people listening on behalf of Caesar to you, also.
You know what? I like Alex Markel's idea better than mine. Let's have Mario Kart races to determine foreign policy. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
The blue shell would start so many wars.
Totally. Like, Sweden's out there and they're like, we're getting the Olympics. And this blue shell just comes out of nowhere. And Brazil's like, we win, bitches. We got the Olympics. Like, that's how everything is decided.
Yeah.
I'd pay $15 a month.
Honestly, anything's going to be a step above what we have now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll just let Franklin decide. Franklin right now will not leave me the fuck alone because he wants to go pee. So he's coming over here and he's just licking all over my arms and legs constantly. It's really annoying. I love it a lot, but it's...
Would you like to take your dog out to pee?
No, it's fine. He'll be fine. We just went 30 minutes before this started. He's just excited that he needs to go out again. So he can wait. He's totally...
Oh, is it because you were doing the tappy thing and trying to get him to jump up on you?
I got him all excited, and now he's got to go outside. So he'll be fine. He'll be all right.
But we got more kissy face, too.
Oh, yeah. You're good at this.
Not just...
To be fair, he spent a lot of his time in that position.
It's not
there
just
is a word that appears...
See?
That is a thumbnail on some websites. I won't say the name of the website, but on some places that would be the thumbnail right there.
Like only
come watch what happened in my car video.
Over 20 times in just those 5 or 6 verses. That is the word you. Over and over again, he's saying you. This is what you need to do. You personally.
Yeah, he was talking about rich people, you goddamn moron.
Oh my God. Yeah, you'll be shocked. In this whole 20-minute video, never does he talk about rich, it being easier to pass through the eye of a camel to pass through the eye of
of course not.
A rich man to get into heaven. Not once. But you getting yourself out of poverty, brown bastard.
Have you just tried not living in Venezuela? Not here, of course, because we'll deport your ass. But have you just tried living somewhere that's not Venezuela, where they want you to be a prisoner in an internment camp, where they can exploit your labor?
I mean...
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that second part. I'm just saying, have you tried living somewhere that's not Venezuela? Like maybe, I don't know, Russia. They actually have a need for people right now. You're going to have a job right away. right away.
Like, yeah,
You should
within the
try living
first
there.
week, definitely.
Absolutely.
Fair.
Oh, God, Russia.
This is what you personally, as an individual, should be
But
doing.
also, real quick, Slava Ukraine.
Yes. 100% always.
Jesus is not interested in establishing systems by which the poverty problem can be impersonally solved.
Literally threw money
He's
changers out of the
interested
temple, bro.
in you
Literal thing he did.
Yeah,
going
because he
by
was.
your own
Go ahead.
free will, with your own money, and taking all of that and using it to help your neighbor.
Well, only your neighbor.
He wants you.
Only your neighbor. If they
Your
live
literal
in
neighbor.
the bad part of town, then fuck them.
Right. Your literal neighbor in your gated community, help them as long as they're not brown. Sometimes those brownies, they get in somehow. We're not really sure.
I don't know how they get into the neighborhood, but not under my watch. So, which is, I don't know that Jesus would have been pro GoFundMe. If you wanted to take a liberal approach to it, right?
Like you would know. Okay.
Exactly. This could have just been Jesus priming people of what to expect once he got, into the throne. It's like, okay, bitches, we're gonna have to ramp up now, because once I get up there, you get some healthcare and you get some healthcare and everybody gets a house. I don't understand why he thinks this. And again, it's not even about Jesus, really. He's using this to bolster his own opinion of the U.S. government, where, we just get our money taken. Now, you notice, they don't want to give us Social Security, they don't want this health care, but they haven't taken any less money out of our paychecks at all. Even though they're stripping back, what do you call it? All kinds of positions in
Medicare.
government.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, anything that might help the people,
Sure.
you're fired. It's just like the apprentice on steroids right now. But with all this money that he's saving us, none of it is coming back to us. So there's no it would be one thing if he was saying, okay, well, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps. We're going to give you all your money. So here's all your bootstraps. So now you can decide where you want to put your money. And it could be in a GoFundMe or it could be in whatever. No, we don't get either. We don't get, we're not being handed bootstraps, nor are we being handed anything helpful with the money that they're taking. And this is the mindset that he's trying to keep people in.
Well, so building off of that, there's a question that I had pre-planned for tonight, and we're almost 2 hours in. So I think it's time for my question, because I don't think we need to watch more of the video. I get it.
No, I mean, I think you get it.
So Matt's argument is that people need to help themselves. And the only time that you should feel compelled to help somebody else is if you feel it's the right thing to do and you feel it's the responsible thing to do. Do we agree that that's his argument?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. No, I know. But here's my question. This is the question that I waited 2 hours to ask.
Okay.
And I'm asking you personally, Maya.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
How do churches make money?
Oh, yeah, they steal from the poor. Or I'm sorry, they take from the poor and they keep it for themselves.
So wait, hold on.
And you know what? I don't think that they. I mean, I guess you could say they give back to their congregation.
Well,
once a week for an hour, you get to be in the church that you helped create.
Let me go back. So Matt says that people need to help themselves. People are personally responsible for themselves. And if they're in a bad spot, that's their fault that they need to get out of.
Yes. You're morally responsible for being brown.
You are morally responsible. And the Bible says you, over and over, you're responsible for your own financial situations. And that's what Jesus says in the Bible, right?
That is right? What he says.
Okay. How do churches make money again?
Oh, they take from the people, or they ask.
Wait, hold on.
Nicely.
Something's not lining up here. So So the people who go to the church, right? And they attend the church, they should be helping themselves financially and getting out of their own financial binds when they're in them.
Yeah,
First, the responsibility is you.
by giving their money away.
But churches, people should just give money to them. Does anyone else think maybe there's a little bit of a disconnect between those two things?
Well,
No, sounds fine to me.
Actually, God wants that.
Oh, okay.
God wants it. That's actually in the Bible. Unlike anything else Matt has said today.
Oh,
that is actually in the Bible.
So God
in
wants
a
you
number
to
of
give you money
places it says you should tithe 10%.
10%.
Yeah.
Okay. So God wants you to give money to the church, like Joel Osteen's church.
Yeah, God wants this.
God wants it. But if there's a poor person that goes to Joel Osteen's church, God doesn't want you to give money to that person.
Well, I mean, if you want to.
Okay.
But
only if you want to.
I had all that.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't feel compelled to do that because clearly God is punishing them.
Obviously, it's their fault. And you know what?
Right.
If they're not brown, they're probably brown on the inside.
They don't have enough faith.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holly says this is how we know that Jesus was a Calvinist.
And give it to the needy in your community. That's what he wants.
Oh, wait.
Why is it? Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. No, we should be listening to Holly because she is dropping dimes in the chat. And for $10, Miranda says, I have no doubt that Matt uses all of his own money to help the poor. He's definitely going to sell all of his possessions any day now.
Oh, 100%. He's already got him on Facebook Marketplace. He got Claude to ask Gemini, to ask Grok, ask ChatGPT to list everything he has on Facebook Marketplace.
Guys, he gave away his house. That's why he's in his car, because he gave away his house.
He did. He sold his house to give more money to Joel Osteen's church. Absolutely. Jillian, you don't want his car. Let me tell you what happened to the car. Okay, because everybody keeps asking.
Oh, boy.
Here's what happened to the car. This is why he doesn't have the car anymore. Okay.
This has got to be a record fuck.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think we've ever hit our fuck quota before.
He explains all this to the fucking cop.
Socialism is when the government does stuff And it's more socialism, the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.
And
I'm sorry, are you? God, damn it.
You want a source, Jack? My sources are made it the fuck up.
And that's how the car ended up at the woman who says she's Matt's girlfriend, but she's not. Matt had never seen her before. So
stop it. Get some help.
Are you done, sir?
But that does not make him gay. And everyone's going to say that makes him gay, but that doesn't make 3 dildos. 3. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyway, but that's how that you know, that's why we don't go to church there anymore. So
That's amazing.
yeah.
I love that story so much.
So, yeah, you don't want that car.
I'm glad that's out of. Yeah,
You don't want that car.
yeah, that's bad car.
Yeah.
Wow.
Putting words in Jesus' mouth. I'm not even really interpreting those passages. That's what he's saying very directly. This is what you need to do. And I don't think that obligation is fulfilled. I don't think it even begins to be fulfilled by paying your taxes. Now, he also tells us to pay our taxes, but I don't think he does not conflate paying your taxes with helping the poor. Those two things are not related. In fact, he says, give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Those would be the taxes. But in terms of your possessions, your tunic, your food, your individual possessions, give those to the poor.
What?
Go for it, buddy.
So give Caesar what is Caesar's. That's your money. Give your money to the government. But if the poor need something, you should give them your clothes. You know, people actually follow this asshole. Like 3 million people listen to this and are like, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't. The problem is you can't. Aunt Jer has a very important question. Did I say 3 dildos or free dildos?
Look, don't ask him to repeat himself. God damn it.
Free dildos. If his fucking wife had paid for the dildos, none of that would have happened.
Look, we're talking about poor people needing clothes and
dildos.
The government. No, we are not talking about anyone needing dildos. That was the last story, which has concluded, and we're not talking about it anymore.
We're getting all these stories of stuff that have nothing to do with the video. You guys really need to calm down in the chat, please.
Yeah, I know.
We're trying to get to this video, and you're just bringing up questions about dildos. It's ridiculous.
These two just off in their own world, jacking each other off.
Why?
I knew what I was signing up for when the chat said bring on Leo.
Yeah, so Leo, you and I should start an OnlyFans, is what I'm saying.
Only physics?
that works.
Observer exists. I think we'd actually probably make, just teaching physics, naked and erect in front of a camera. Not touching each other, just full buck ass naked, fully stiff.
Bucket naked.
Going over incline
in the nude.
Someone help me.
Dude, like actually though, that could be hilarious.
I actually think we'd probably make some money.
Okay. Mine's literally going to like
help me. I don't know how I got here.
Like the old Greeks.
Like, is there a door or a black hole? For fuck's sake.
MIT doesn't give their lectures in black hole thermodynamics completely naked and fully erect. We do things differently here. At only physics.
The world may be self-simplified.
Stimulating your mind.
I'm going to need to like upgrade to vodka.
I'm extreme. I like the radical views. I come from a world where men poo-poo and women pee and boys have vaginas and blacks can get the fuck off my train tracks. I don't need you around. Why aren't women and blacks white guys? I'm annoyed by this. And I can promise you, I'm literally a green beret in my mind. So I put my penis in the hole. I cannot remember if it was a she, He or they, vaginas, ass, you name it. Myth Vision's all about that. Fuck my guts publicly today.
And his wife said, no.
Well, my name's Kent Hovind. Call me Dr. T-Rex. I don't get evolution. It's too darn complex. As such, to take some time to read a book or two, but there ain't no making money learning something new. I was a high school teacher. Science is my game. If you step to me, I'll put you all to shame. Not a doggone thing my PowerPoint can't solve. I got a million slides that never have evolved. Those atheists are living in a hazy fog. They know a dog never could produce an odd dog. Water, otter, Satan on my rhymes. Creationist of G, the first of my kind.
But that's the whole story.
All right.
That's how it ended.
All right. Ethan.
And no one had ever seen him cry.
Not Ethan. Not Ethan.
Stop it. Get some help.
Who are you? Where are you? And what the fuck are you doing ever again?
Huh? You can find me on YouTube at Progressive Liberal. We drag the powerful. I've argued with Nazis. I've debated a man who thinks he's a prophet, drug white Christian nationalists before it was cool, confronted flat earthers, stuff. And lately, Kitty and I have just been talking about issues we think are pertinent in our current situation where fascists are trying to erase every marginalized group, whether it's trans people or people of color or anyone who's not a straight white Christian landowner, and we call it out, and that's really all we do. But we have fun and we try to laugh every week. Thursday nights, 7:30 Eastern is when we do our thing. And Maya, you're coming on this week?
All right. Well, I guess that's what I'm doing this week.
Okay.
All right.
And so
wait,
I don't know.
Thursday, 8? Because apparently that's the only time anyone's allowed to stream on Thursdays.
I know. I tried to move it to Tuesday and then work's got a thing.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. So be Thursday night, 7:30. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about something. I don't know.
No, I do really want to thank you for talking about Yarvin, because people have been saying his name and he was kind of hard to find information on.
Yeah. He wrote under a pseudonym for a long time.
Oh.
So that is why a lot of his writings aren't under his name. They're under his pseudonym. It's something fucking weird that I remember right now. Porpoise and Titan probably remember, and they can put it in the chat. So he can be a little hard to find. And maybe we'll watch something with Teal or Yarvin.
I mean, I'm sure that, it's 4 days away. So 4 different, or probably 8 different news stories will have happened in that time.
Sure.
So
I'm sure. And we do a lot of breaking news. We try to stay real current with what we talk about, but
you've been on In Time quite a few times too, right?
All the time. Anytime In Time wants me, they know. Well, basically anytime. There's been a few
But I
times.
mean, you have been on In Time, just saying that these things that you do.
It's a lot of fun. Used to do more of the breaking news stuff, but obviously, I have a jobby job now, so I can't really anymore.
Earn those real jobs.
Titan, you told me, put that up on the screen. Dom thinks I remember everything. Because he yelled at me one time because he told me he had a photographic memory. He told me that he had photographic memory.
No, he definitely does not. Okay.
Yeah, I think you remember everything, Titan. Also, I love you a lot.
No, it's just
you can find me on Blue
stay on
Sky.
this side.
Under my name's Dominic Ervelina. You can go find me. I post things about stuff.
Vandy, do you have anything going on today?
Nope.
This week? God.
I don't think
just gonna be sleeping and working.
Yeah. Yeah, basically that. Working. I think Budget Scripture Saturday is on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you'll be on with
So,
Dr. Kip. So I don't know if
yep.
there was anything. I didn't get around to kicking out Tap because I was too busy trying to do anything outside of kicking not Ethan. So I think that should be a bingo square. Native is trying to not let us leave. So I do appreciate the money. Big ups. Lemon character jumping with excitement with his heart beating out of his chest.
Absolutely. 100%.
I love those descriptions. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. Thank you, Native. We love you. We love you. All right. I think we're good. All right. Anybody have anything else to say before we go?
I love you.
I love you too.
Could you shut the fuck up? I'm talking to Maya.
Oh, sorry.
God damn it.
No,
I love you a lot.
He's used to hearing that. It's
and
totally
thanks for being here. And Vandy, you're cool.
Thanks.
No, don't affirm him. God damn it.
It's
No,
fine.
I'll never get his head through the door. No, it's not. Like, you don't know him like I know him. All right, everybody. Be true to who you are, not who you're told to be. Bye.